What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
James Shoe.
.com, and we have one of the biggest films, hopefully, that's going to come out this year for the summer.
Absolutely, a fourth installment in the franchise. Mad Max was originally introduced to us when it was played by Mel Gibson in 1979 in a very small Australian movie that no one thought would do really well. Ended up being a huge juggernaut. Well, I wouldn't say juggernaut, but a huge movie in the box office.
Big cult following.
Let's say, hey, let's make some more. They ended up making Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, which is more of an infamous movie to go to, and then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And Beyond Thunderdome wasn't as praised by fans, didn't make as much money, but Roger Ebert went down saying it was the best movie in the Mad Max trilogy. Great movies, you know, about this cynical drifter who was once a kind of cop during the dystopian future that we never really get to explain why it's a dystopian future. We don't really know what happened to the world, but eventually, you know, just a great fun movie, and I'm excited. I mean, it's been 30 years, 35 years since the original around that time period, and George Miller, the original writer and director, has come back to tell this story starring Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. What are your thoughts going into this?
Honestly, I don't have too much to say because I've never seen part 1, part 2. Carl Janet. I've never seen part 1, part 2, part 3, and then I know that Mel Gibson really got his start with his fame in this movie. And
yeah, I think this was his second actual movie, but this is the movie that really put him on the map.
Or from what I'm hearing from all the peoples. And then I also know that when the first one came out, they actually dubbed all the Australians' voices because back then, you know, if it was...
I watched it the other night. Like, I was showing Samantha this, and
the dub version or the original version?
I believe we watched the original version, but I mean, it's still, you know, it's really hard to hear them, so I had to watch it with subtitles because I'm like, wait, what? But I mean, it's not a movie you really need to pay attention to all of what they're saying because a lot of what they're saying isn't actual words anyway. It's just kind of awesome talk.
So I wasn't expecting much out of this movie, but when the first trailer dropped, man, it looks weird. Like, I don't know what to expect. All I know is it looks crazy. All the reviews, all the people that have been coming out have been saying it's pretty good. Rotten Tomatoes right now is like 98 or something.
99%.
90. I mean.
Still,
granted though, I mean, it is premiere night, and that's still really high, because at this point, I would expect it to fall a couple points.
Well, you know what's surprising is usually not many people get their reviews out this early, but this was a movie that they really made sure critics saw in advance to really take time.
They were confident.
So, I mean, it was certified fresh yesterday, which doesn't really happen usually until the day or so afterwards. And I mean, I believe right now there's like 125, 130 reviews already on this movie.
Oh, that's a lot.
So, I mean, it's pretty certain that it's not going to really drop from that 90.
Right.
Not, at least that high 90 spot.
That's awesome.
So I don't know. I'm excited. There's, you know, you have every reason to like it. You have Tom Hardy, who I'm a huge fan of.
Hello, Warrior. Hello,
Lawless.
Hello,
Legend. The new movie.
Hello.
You have Charlize Theron.
Banging.
And I'm totally kicking myself because I can't remember the name, but the actual original villain.
Yeah, is the new bad guy.
Is the new bad guy.
Yeah, which is
and
cool.
I didn't know that until I was actually writing my review for this movie. So it was pretty awesome. We also have some other
Rosie.
people. Yeah, we have
Transformers 4.
Nicholas Holst, I believe.
Hey.
Who was in Warm Bodies. It was Jennifer Lawrence's ex-boyfriend's in this. So there's a lot to look forward to. I don't know what this movie's really about.
Neither do I.
I don't know how it's going to place itself in the Mad Max universe.
It's supposed to be after 2, before 3.
See, I guess I could kind of believe that.
But also they said that if you know nothing like me, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I've heard it's a very much standalone movie, so hopefully they do that. But I don't know, is this 1979 story about this, you know, cynical cop worth retelling?
I don't even know what it's
Miller?
about.
I'm in though.
All right, let's see how
2 hours.
2 hours? Let's see how it is.
Let's go.
All right, so we just got out of Mad Max Fury Road in tradition of ChasingCinema.com. I'm gonna go first. My God. Like, oh my gosh. My God, bro. What a lovely movie. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, do not miss this movie. For all the good of Loving Universe, do yourself a favor. Do not miss Mad Max Fury Road. This movie is not only absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. There's this guy on his electric guitar. He won't stop. For the life of him, he won't stop. People are dying. He won't stop. There's literally nothing that I didn't like. The opening scene is like 6 or 7 minutes. Just gets you fueled up. They take like a 30-second break, and then here we go again. And like, for real, this movie, and then the music in the background, the score
from Junkie XL.
Unbelievable. And then Junkie XL is doing Batman v Superman, or Batman's theme.
Okay.
Anyway, this movie, for real, dude, I don't even know what else to say. It is like your eyegasm. This movie the entire time is full throttle. You're in how many gears does a Lambo have?
It's 6.
You're going like 8 gears. You're like 10 gears in, full force. You're going ham. You're going. It's bam. This movie.
You're not even driving a Lamborghini. You're driving a war rig.
You know, yeah, you are in a roar rig. Like, this movie was so much fun. I mean, I can see why certain people don't like it, because it is just over the top, and I never understood. I finally understand when people say that if you've seen Star Wars 4, 5, 6, and then you watch the new ones, it's too much CG, there's no practical effects, and in episode 7 they have to do practical effects. This movie was like 99% all practical effects, other than Charlize Theron's robotic arm and some of the sandstorms, is that what that would be?
Yeah, I believe so.
Other than that, you can see these practical effects, and it is just a complete circus. This movie is a complete Andy Serkis, crazy, I loved it, bro. Holy crap, best movie of the year. Better than Avengers. I love Avengers. I loved Avengers Age of Ultron. This movie, so far for me, is the best movie of the year. Hands down, hands up. I can't say enough about this movie, bro. I am so jacked right now.
One of the most frequent questions I get as a critic is, it's usually by older people when they realize what I do and they want to talk about, film, and especially they want to talk about older cinema when they realize that was kind of my specialty. And they say, why isn't there anything original anymore? I challenge you to come see Mad Max Fury Road, because not only is this the best Mad Max movie made, best Mad Max movie in the series, it doesn't matter that you haven't seen the other three, because this one's better than all of them by far. And I don't mean to disrespect the original trilogy, because they were solid, but this is something unlike anything I've seen before. Not only is it that, not only is it the best movie I've seen this year that makes Avengers look, I don't even want to talk about it. And it is honestly one of the greatest action movies I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Guys, Mad Max Fury Road is unbelievable. It is something that, like I said, it is something you've never experienced before. You are on the edge of your seat.
Gosh.
The entire 2 hours. From great performances and a visual style that is so memorable. I saw this movie on Wednesday morning. It's still embedded in my head. The images, the characters, the beautiful shots. I mean, the way they tell you night and day, the certain style and the world that you're brought into. George Miller.
The world, bro. Oh my god.
George Miller. Not many people know this. After Mad Max, directed Babe, Pig in the City, and Happy Feet 1 and 2, and this guy did this. He is honestly one of the most underrated directors of all time, if he has the ability to do that. This movie not only brings you action sequences that are breathtaking. Okay, mind you, I'm not going to get to the cars and the vehicle manslaughter that happens in this movie.
So good.
The first fight sequence we had between Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron,
oh my gosh,
is intense, and you're going to pick your jaw up off the floor because of how awesome it is, and you don't even know what you're in store for. I walked into this movie expecting a fun ride. I got out, walking out of this movie, realizing I just saw something that will probably stay with me forever. In those 2 hours, I've experienced something that I've not experienced in the long, and probably ever, in an action movie. I turned into the 7-year-old kid who was rooting in an action movie. I felt like I was experiencing cinema for like the first time in that movie. I was just overcome by joy and excitement. I mean, my heart was pumping. It was so exhilarating. I can't talk enough about this movie. This movie moved me on levels beyond even understanding of just how good it made me feel, how much I'm glad that I'm a movie lover. This movie is not only an ode to to cinema in general, but I mean, it really shows you what the action genre is capable of. So when people say, "Oh, they're action movies," just kind of throw them off. Granted, we've had a lot of bad action movies, but you watch this, you should change your tone about everything. Unreal. I mean, oh my God, the world, the characters, every character, costume design, the design of the whole entire production. I mean, we had villains the three main villains. I mean, the guy with the nipple piercings. I mean, just his outfit, the nose. I mean, all that creativity, all that freshness. I mean, I felt like I was watching. Oh, I can't even go. Like, just something so different. I was like, where has this been? The past 10 years, and people say there's nothing original, there's nothing fun. I challenge anyone to watch George Miller's Mad Max Fury Road, and I would be shocked to tell me if you didn't like it. I know you said you could understand why some people don't like it. I couldn't, because there's nothing not to like in this movie. I've heard little pickets at the movie that maybe the plot isn't super heavy. To be honest, I think I totally disagree. I think there is a solid plot here. I think it's also a great fact that we have finally a great action movie that not only has a strong female, but multiple strong female leads.
Man. Oh my gosh.
Mean, that's
who's making a name for herself too is Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah,
because she's in the Divergent series. She was in Divergent. She was in Dang it, she was in
Yeah,
an
she was
independent film too that just came out. But anyway,
But-
I'm
But
loving
they're making
her
a name
right
for
now.
themselves. And, you know, I'm really going in the direction, because from what I've been hearing, the next Mad Max is going to be called Mad Max Furiosa, which is going to follow
Dude,
Charlize
she's so
Theron.
BA, bro.
But I mean, like,
She's so BA, bro.
there's a test. I always forget the name of it, but there's a test you actually apply to every movie to see if there's a strong female character in it. This movie hands you multiple, and they're finally giving someone to look. Okay, we've had Mad Max, yes, who's a male, and I'm not saying we have to like it because of a woman, but the fact that we are given this woman who is determined to do something good,
Dude,
she's
Charlize,
determined to help someone, and she's just badass. I mean, that's unreal. This movie is unreal. That's the best way to describe
4
it.
out of 4.
Simply put, this movie, 4 out of 4. It's the first 4 out of 4 that I'm going to do about this year. I could probably guarantee you this is going to stay on my top 10 for the rest of the year, because
100%.
I highly doubt nothing is going to come close to this. I told James
Everything
and-
else is like sequels.
it,
Nothing
you know,
wrong with that.
It is
but-
sequels, yeah, and you know they could be good. We reviewed Pitch Perfect today. You can check it on the YouTube channel. But I mean, when you watch Pitch Perfect, which is all right, and you come see something like this, I mean, it
Mind
is
blown.
Yeah,
Mind
seriously,
blown.
To be honest, and I'm sure I'm going to bother some people when I say this, I've enjoyed this movie probably more than I've enjoyed every single Marvel movie. I enjoyed this movie more than any other Fast and Furious movie. I mean, this movie is something of another breed, and I hope, and you know, we talked about it. Sequels are coming.
They
I mean,
said
this movie's going to
they said as long as this movie makes money, and I can't imagine with this word of mouth that's
Yeah.
going to come from. Okay, you have the Rotten Tomatoes on your side. Every film critic that I know, that I either personally know or I literally stalk on YouTube and
Facebook,
stuff, everyone, JoeBlow.com, like everyone is giving. I can't imagine this word of mouth not doing what it's supposed to do, and supposedly, or Tom Hardy's signed on for 2, 3, and 4. Dude, I'm ready to visit this world as many times as you want me to visit. And the crazy part is we've only seen the world. What's the world called? Where they're at, whatever that land is, and we've only seen like
certain
That's
aspects,
all we've
yeah.
seen. And this movie, get ready, dude.
That's another thing is not many people can make a desert wasteland as beautiful as it was.
Oh my
I
gosh,
mean,
bro, the scenes, bro, the cinematic
not
scenes.
only visual style, the score, and like I said, the score by Junkie XL, unreal. That music. Unreal, and I mean,
I love the guitar
and
player,
Charlize
bro.
Theron, I mean, you're even the guitar. Oh my god! And it's like as cheesy as that may sound to someone like you, when you're watching it, it is so believable. It is so intense, you know. And then you know the best payoff of that is when they're kind of like fighting around him, and he's still trying
playing.
to play.
He's still okay. There's people die. This isn't a spoiler. People are dying, and this guy's just trying to get his guitar to keep on playing.
And I'm not going to credit myself with this, but a lot of fellow critics said this movie was like Monster Trucks meet Cirque du Soleil, and that's the truest thing ever.
Yes.
I'm not going to take credit because I didn't say
was
that.
totally art.
But I mean,
Totally.
there's one point in this movie where characters are on these I don't know what you'd call them, javelin type thing. Not javelin.
I loved it.
I know, but they're on cars and they're flying, and it's just like this is the most creative thing I've ever seen. The great like. Honestly, it is a mind-blowing movie. Please don't wait for Redbox or DVD because you're iffy about this movie. You need to experience George Miller's masterpiece in theaters.
But it has to be in theater.
And you know
if
what?
you have to sneak into the theater, do that.
We just came from CinemaCon, which is a whole entire convention dedicated to movie theaters, and why we should still watch movies in movie theaters. Most of the time, I understand why because I'm a movie critic, but this movie is a statement of why you need to see movies in a movie theater. This is one of the most unreal experiences you'll go on, and I've ever gone on in my entire movie journey, and you know how many movies I've journeyed through. This is something so unreal. I mean, I can't even go on to say. It will simply drive you mad.
Bam. I watch 80 films a year. This man watches probably 300, 400 films a year. Guys, do not. We're not getting paid to say this. I'm just saying, do not miss this film. Oh my gosh, bro. Mind blown. I could go off still. I'm just so jacked up.
If George Miller and all them recruited me to just talk about this movie, I wouldn't even accept a dime. I would just say, give me, let me see this movie again and again, and then I will advocate it as much as you want. But no, like James said, I honestly, the thing is like this is a movie that I was so excited to write about because I just wanted to share how amazing this experience was. But no matter what I write, this is something you just need to experience. Trust me, if you want to see something that literally puts you on the edge of your seat, put your jaw on the floor and had you clenching your armrests because there's not a moment to spare. You know, they say, oh, that's a good moment to go to the restroom in, or that's a moment where it kind of slows. That doesn't happen in this movie. Even the slow moments are exciting and exhilarating. I mean, they're unreal. I can't even.
I know there are some people that doubt Charlize Theron. There are people that are like, I don't know if she can be an action star. You know, because she showed a little bit of that grit with Will Smith in the superhero film.
Hancock. No, Hancock.
Right? And if there are any haters on Charlize Theron, you watch this film, you will shut up. I can't even believe she's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the DC Universe.
And what's really great is, Tom Hardy does a great Mad Max. He says very little. Man of actions. Yeah, man of actions. And Tom Hardy plays him great, but the movie really does a great job. It's kind of pointing us to the fact that this may be not as much Max's story anymore. He just kind of falls into the situation. But I mean, every character delivers a solid performance. Everything is just, people aren't recognizable in this movie. It's not Charlize Theron. It's not Tom Hardy. It's not Nicholas Hoult. It is people. It are these characters that you've never really seen, and you believe that these are characters. They're not other people. I don't have one negative thing to say about this movie. Even if I did, it wouldn't matter because of how great and how amazing. This movie's so over the top.
I loved it all. I loved this movie.
If you were iffy about it, if you weren't going to see it, stop what you're thinking. Just trust us. If you don't like it, you can write us, and me and James will split your price of admission.
We'll split $5 each. I'll send you $5.
But you need to tell me why you didn't like it and make a solid case.
My number is the easiest number to find online.
It's true.
My personal phone number.
You let us know. I will pay your $5.
I will pay your $5. Amazing. This movie is completely over the top. Just 4 out of 4. 4 stars.
Perfect movie.
It's just absolutely stunning. ChasingSimon.com/
Mad Max.
Full-on review written by
myself,
Jacob R. Toronto, and you're gonna be able to. If you can't genuinely feel our excitement for this film, read what he says about it, because you actually get to think about it. And
I try to break it down as best as I can, but that's a movie that's so hard to explain how amazing it is in 600 words.
We just got out. It's 3 in the morning. It doesn't even matter.
No, I'm so pumped up.
I cannot wait.
Amazing.
There's a lot of movies I get jacked about, but this one I have to see in the theater. Minimum one more. Minimum.
Oh, easy.
Minimum.
And you know me. I love movies, but it is really hard to go out of my way to go see movies more than once in theaters, and I've done it a few times. This is one I plan on seeing probably 1 or 2 more times in theaters, because I want to experience as much as I can before it leaves.
Guys, and also when you watch it, make sure you watch it with the crowd. Like, watch it at nighttime. Mm-hmm. If you can't go late, 7, 8 o'clock when there's people, you will feel the energy. And when you see the guy on the guitar, and then you see these people on these drums, and it is going full speed ahead.
The vehicles they created, the weapons they created, everything is so unreal. The characters, absolutely beautiful. Guys, go check it out. It's amazing. It's simply unreal. Curse word real.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow my man. How many videos a day? 5 videos a day this man puts out. 5 videos a day. 5 videos a day. Don't miss it. ChasingSimon.com. You want to know anything in the movie world, movie news, when you want to hear about Mad Max, Furiosa, if that's what it's going to be called, whatever it's going to be called, when you follow ChasingSimon.com, you're literally going to be kept up to date with everything in the cinematic world of movies.
Yep. Today we talked about the Supergirl trailer for the first look at Supergirl.
6 minutes.
As well as Legends of Tomorrow, the new DC show.
Yep.
So all that is available at the YouTube channel, so make sure to go check that out. But before you do any of that, go see the Fury Road.
And if you haven't seen Pitch Perfect, we back pitches. Be sure to check out that review that's already online. If you're watching this, it's already online, because we on it, yo.
Just go see Mad Max. Stop.
In 7 days from today, we're watching
Tomorrowland and the Poltergeist.
Gosh, bro.
And you know what? Like, here's
the
thing though. Me and our dear friend Kent were talking. Like, no matter what I was looking forward to, I'm afraid for now, because I don't know how. I hope Tomorrowland's great, and I'm gonna be rooting for it because that movie sounds awesome. George Clooney,
it looks awesome.
Brett Robertson, but dude, you follow
Mad Max
that?
is too intense. It's so intense.
I'm honestly, oh my.
A lot of movies, especially during the summer movie season, will get forgotten because there's just so much stuff coming out. I would be so shocked if this movie isn't just. I heard that this movie's not gonna beat Pitch Perfect for opening weekend, but 100% I know, 100% I have so much confidence in this movie, that it will have legs. The word of mouth for this movie, we're not BSing. The word of mouth for this film the legs that this film is gonna have is just gonna carry week by week by week, because people are gonna be tearing their head off.
This is a movie that I think is going to be in conversation for a long time. And I know as shocking as it is, and again, I'm not trying to kind of hate on the superhero universe, but Marvel Avengers has already kind of lost its steam with people being excited and talking about it. I haven't had many people bring it up, but I've had 112 people ask me about this movie, and I'm so glad that I could finally tell them, go see it. I mean, honestly, thank you for watching, but why are you still here? Go see Mad Max.
Fury Road. And don't forget, Chasing Cinema's the
Film Lovers website.
website.